So, welcome back to Reggae Boys Commentary, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to another video. As you guys can see, we have a very special guest with us today, and it's none other than Shemar Bailey. Shemar, firstly, how are you? How's the family doing?
Uh, I'm good actually. Everyone else is also great. That's a good thing. So I don't know about you.
Doing well, thanks. And thanks for asking. I'm doing well myself. Firstly, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it. It's a pleasure to be able to catch up with you. And of course, all Jamaicans that play overseas, it's important that we know how they're doing. But I want to start from the beginning, Shamar, where it all began for you on that island, so that persons can remember, your starting point. Where in the island were you born, and when did you get into football?
So I was born in St. Andrew actually. Grew up there. Went to Woodford Primary School. It's a primary school up in the hills of St. Andrew. Spent most of my time living in Kingston Tavern and started playing football there when I was in grade three, actually, primary school. And that great competition in sport primary league. Started playing as a fullback, right fullback. Had a promising year with them. To be honest, we weren't the strongest teams, but I had a promising year to be outshining, my seniors as a grade three student. It was an outstanding year for me, and I got a in that season I got a invite from for a transfer to Rosso Primary School, and also New Providence Primary School also invited me to come to their program for football and track and field. So I think that beginning of primary school at such a young age really showed my talent, showed up what I could do at a young age. However, I didn't go and I finished primary school at Woodford Primary. Went on to high school at Papinai. Uh, Played on the 14, on the 16, and stepped up to the Manning Cup level. And that's, I think, at the age of 16 in high school. That's where I started to meet a lot of important individuals in the Jamaican Football Society. As I told you before, Miguel Coley, Rudolph Speed, a lot of big names. Keegan Samuel, uh, Jamoya Pettigrew. So there's a yeah. So and then started playing senior football when I was 17 for Montview in the Cassava Super League. And coming from Manning Cup, my goal there was to I was a new player there, but my goal there is to go straight into the starting 11. And it's not really that. Like youngsters don't get that chance to go straight in the starting 11, especially in Jamaica senior football. But I went there, put in my work, got rewarded, started impressed, and kept my spot. Uh, and after that, finished high school. I decided, hey, I got my mom. I wanted to, help her as much as I can. So I decided, hey, I need to go to the States to live with my dad. And that's when I met Valley Brown. So Valley Brown is my coach and my mentor here in the US, and amongst Coach Philip Davis, because I like to have a football conversation with them, especially
Yeah, Shamar, looks like you were cut out there, but the last we got, the experience you have from Philip Davis going to the States and so on, with link up with your dad. Is it that your mom was in the States as well? Both your mom and dad were in the States?
No, actually, it was only my dad and living in the States, and so yeah, I had to transitions transition from Jamaica to America, which is quite difficult because it's like a new process. You have to make new friends and so on. So I started my football career year over year started with as I said, Coach Valney Brown, which he's my coach here and also a mentor of mine, and started playing for his club Inter Florida, which I won a few competitions, important competition, especially CASA, Caribbean Soccer Association, which I won the 2022 season, and was also the vice captain of my team. So it was, yeah, a quite successful season because we played against really great team from AT, from Jamaica. So that was a great season there. And after that, I decided it was time for me to, I was working behind the scenes for my move out to Celta in the summer of that time.
Yeah, before that, Shamar, just wanted to know so that everybody's aware what position you play as well, and was it the same position from Jamaica that you still play right now?
Uh, yeah, but I think now I'm more of a committed center back because in Jamaica I was playing more of a wing back role. It doesn't matter to me. It's like if I have to play as a fullback, I will, as long as the coach wants me to. But yeah, in the States I've been playing more of a center back. I think it's because of my reading of the game. So that's where it's at. But yeah, uh, in America I play mostly center back.
Okay. And now you can tell us about the story about how this opportunity came to go on trial with a big Spanish club in Celta Vigo in Spain.
So I actually, as I said before, with Coach Valley Brown, I've been putting in so much work behind the scenes, you know, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, especially in this, hot Florida sun. But I've been putting in, great work, showing off my work ethic. And, you know, we had this conversation. I had this conversation with him about, being serious about, going to the next level, representing my country. And so we got down to business, straight working with training, technical work, everything. And, you know, he came to me and he was like, "Hey, Celta Vigo wants you to come for a month there and they want to look at you, see how are you in, your position, and then they'll make a decision on you." And so from that moment, when I got that news, I was happy, but I know that, hey, I still got to work very hard because it's Europe and it's not easy.
I understand what you mean. And when you landed in Spain and when you got on the field, how would you compare the experience you had compared to Jamaica and the States, the style of play, the pace, everything playing in Spain?
I mean, my first time playing there, it's what came to me was the pace of the football. The game was much more faster. Everyone knew, where their next passes were, and everyone was playing really simple. If the pass wasn't on, they'll, play a more simple pass. It was a concept of always keeping the football, which, the Spanish style of tiki taka. Always trying to keep the football, for themselves, and I think that first training session, I felt that happiness as I met a lot of players that I knew that were on a next level, and that would only make me want to grow more. And so, yeah, the first training session was like, it was a great feeling, fantastic feeling.
And like being in Spain, what, getting to know the language and the weather and the culture, what was the whole experience like being there, not only on the field, but off the field as well?
I mean, off the field, it was the 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 staff was welcoming everyone, showed me a lot of love. The food was exceptional, the culture. The culture is very, everyone in Spain is very humble, like everyone just going about their business, you know, trying to do what they have to do in the day, Everyone's always saying hello, so it's a very welcoming culture, and you can see that when they know that you play for their club from their city. They it's like you're a protected child. Everyone's, are you okay? How are you feeling? They just want to make sure you're okay. They take care of their football players in Spain, especially the community.
Very nice. And what was the feedback from the coaching staff at the end of the trial? What did they say to you about how you did?
After the trial, I had a conversation, and because I had different coaches for different coaches for different, like, attributes. So I had Coach Diego that would do a lot of dribbling with us, dribbling sessions. I had Coach Santos that would do a lot of tactical movements with us, a lot of technical, and Coach Victor that would do a lot of basically mobility, agility, And after the month of trials, I had a talk with the lead coordinator, which was Marcus Alonso, and he told me he definitely didn't want me to leave, but he also told me, hey, we want you to return, and at this point, eh, for you being new to Spanish football, I would want you to return to study Spanish and stay here in Salta and play, because of course we'll take care of you while you're here, and your football will progress to a much higher heights. And for me, that was sounding really good, because it's Spanish football, and it's European football, I should say. I know it's a whole different level. As I said before, Central American football is so behind. So behind. I'm being respectful, but it's so far behind. You can see it in the youth development training session when I'm there. You can see the way they pass the ball. The way they control the ball. It's far greater. And yeah, he told me that I always got a spot there reserved, and whenever I'm ready, I should let him know, because everyone, he's telling me that everyone there misses me and loves me, and he's just waiting on my call.
I mean, the million-dollar question, Shemar, is did you enjoy it so much that you'd want to go back to the club?
Of course, to be honest, of course, I love it there actually. I have a lot of friends there, the atmosphere, especially watching a La Liga game. It's so, the fans they're crazy, but they're amazing, man. So of course, definitely I would want to go back there.
And the coaching staff, they still keep in touch with you, WhatsApp you, call you and stuff?
Yeah, yeah. It's everyday stuff. How am I doing? What am I trying to work on? If I have any questions, let them know. If I want help with anything, let them know. So it's yeah, it's that good. It's that good. So
Very nice, Shamar. As you know, that it's almost the end of the different seasons for the different clubs. So we're certainly wishing you all the best to ensure that, this opportunity falls into place in time in the future because clearly, you enjoyed it, the time that you had there.
For sure, for sure. It was fantastic in Celta Vigo, as I say. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Very good.
You didn't see any other Jamaicans in Spain, did you?
Uh no, that was huge for them, for me to tell them that I was Jamaican, it was like a huge surprise for them, because I don't think they've like ever seen a Jamaican in Spain, man.
Yeah.
And so
Oh.
they were like, "Hey, you're the first Jamaican that we ever met." Kept on asking about Marley and the culture, just that the regular stuff.
Yeah. I mean, until you go back, have you been working on your Spanish still? But next time you're there, you're ready?
Uh I'll say I've been working, but I'm not trying to show off actually because I'm not really happy at where I'm at the moment. But I'm working on it.
I mean, currently you're in Florida, so you're in an environment where you have a Spanish community.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. We have a lot Spanish here, especially I've played with a lot of Spanish. So I've been, showing off with a little bit of Spanish back in training here.
Yeah. So Shamar, until round two of Celta, what are some of the things you're hoping to work upon or you are working on right now, in terms of your style of play and your game?
Uh, for me now, it's actually because one of the main things in Celta that the center backs are they're trying to ever they're having their center backs playing a style where they're not actually center backs, like they're actually midfielders. So yeah, so their center backs are actually making final passes like a lot throughout the game. So they were trying to bring us into this style, and it's good because no one's expecting a center back to be always trying to make that final pass. So it will catch you off guard. So uh, for me, it's a lot of always wanting to go forward. No matter if I am a defender. Once we're in transition going forward, it's you wanting to always feeling the need to be a part of the attack. You know, add something to it, add a little flavor to it. So yeah, I'm definitely working on that part of it. Always trying to go forward, not backwards, because we can only win with goals.
Yeah. And when you were there the first time, did you find that a lot of the training sessions were like that, where you had to work on you as a center back making that final pass? Did you work on that a lot?
Yeah, we worked on that a lot, but also those final passes weren't really, if you didn't have to play it in the area, that would be much more better because they like the ball at their feet. So it's a lot of transition with the midfielder and the center backs creating space through the channels to play onto their wingers or their strikers. So it's a mixture of stuff. It's like as I said, it's a team coming together to train and chemistry. So you got to know everyone. But yeah, we had to do it a lot, and even being there playing sometime as a fullback, you'll be in Jamaica and you see your striker running down the line. You're playing a hard pass down the line in front of him to latch onto. In Spain, it's more of playing that pass around the player that is defending you onto your striker because they just always want it on their feet. Yeah, it's just a style, the Spanish style, and you gotta adapt to it. That's the only way you'll learn and become better in Spain there.
And what was it like with the food? Did you find that your diet changed? What you're eating? How did you find it? The food there.
Yeah, the food there, every meal was actually balanced. If you had a if you had I mean, on the weekends we'll probably have fries, but there'll still be a huge bowl of salad there waiting for you. Uh, and also, I mean, I don't think what I understand is that they're not really a huge fan of breakfast. So so it's not like in the US or the America that you eat this huge sandwich for breakfast. No, there it's more of a they'll have a coffee and a small packet of biscuit or what I saw them doing was eating coffee and a small packet of cake actually. Yeah, so it's or a croissant or something, but it's the breakfast agenda. It's a little bit different, but when it comes on to the lunch and the dinner, everything is everything is balanced. You know, a lot of water, a lot of, as I said, a huge bowl of veggies, and it's always fresh, always fresh. You get a loaf of bread, fresh baked. Fruits are always there for you, so you're always, you're always feeling as if you're fed properly. At the professional level.
Did you get an opportunity to meet or even see some of the players that play in the first team at the club?
Didn't get a chance to shake their hand, but I saw them a lot, a lot. A lot of the A team players, a lot of the B team players. So yeah, saw them a lot. It was like a regular stuff, it like every day you'll see them, like randomly passing by. Or you see the golfer actually, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, quite an experience. And how old are you now, Shamar?
I'm actually 22, turning 23 on August the 16th.
Okay, all right. Still quite young. Shamar, look, we really appreciate your time. Keep up the hard work you're doing. Continue making Jamaica proud, and everything will fall into place in time, my friend. Keep up the good work. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you so much, and thank you for having me today. Okay.
Yeah, man, really appreciate it.